Today I am both SAA and president. At Watabaruku, we are here to help you break through the ordinary and to elevate your speaking skills to real-world mastery. Whether it is in English or Kiswahili, this is the platform that will help you to hone your skills. If you have been a Toastmaster for a while and you feel like you've hit a plateau, Watabaruku is indeed your solutions. With advanced evaluations that come in 3 doses, will push you beyond your limits into the next phase of your speaking journey. So I challenge you to challenge yourself to break your barriers and unlock potential. At Watabaruku, we don't just foster growth, we fuel transformation. And at this point, I'd like to welcome a few of our ExCo members. But just before I do that, I'm seeing that Aretha is in a mix of weather. I think that should be hail, but she's braving it with an umbrella. Evelyn, it's sunny with some bit of cloud cover. Amazing stuff. Wow. So I like to recognize the presence of a few of our officials from Watabaruku Toastmasters Club. And to start us off, I will invite Robert Karanja to just unmute your mic and say hi to the members.
Good evening, Watabaruku. It's a great pleasure to be here. Looking forward to an amazing meeting. Back to you, Mr. President.
Thank you very much. Our Super VPE, Robert Karanja, who also doubles up as the District Director of District 114. Forwards and onwards, I will welcome Kevin Rubia, our VPPR. Over to you, Kevin.
Thank you, Mr. President. Welcome all Watabaruku Toastmasters and friends to our club. I will share with you the background that our president is displaying so that you can put on your videos and also display them and share with you our social media handles to follow us. Thank you, and back to you. Enjoy yourself.
Thank you so much for that, and thank you for the nice background, our VPPR. Definitely here at Watabaruku, we are all about seeing your smiles. So if it is possible, please switch on your mics, switch on your cameras, not your mics, switch on your cameras so that we can see your smiles. Thank you very much, Tigist. Absolutely amazing. So at this point, I would like to share with us the club etiquette, and it is as follows. The meeting will be recorded for members to review and critique their own performance and that of others. Please have your videos on at all times if possible, and mute your microphone if not talking. I would encourage all of us to rename ourselves as listed there below. If you're a role taker, start with the hashtag, the role you're taking, followed by your name. For the Toastmasters who are visiting, kindly start with your name, followed by the name of your club. And for any person who is a guest, kindly start with your name. Start with the word guest, followed by your name. I'd like to remind you all to enjoy yourself. We are here to learn and have fun. At this point, I'd like to welcome a few guests just to get a feel of what they are looking forward to in this meeting. And to start us off, I will invite Anita Chege. Over to you, Anita Chege. Just tell us how you learned about Watabaruku Toastmasters and what you're looking forward to in this particular meeting. Over to you, Anita.
All right. I hope I'm audible. I hope you can hear me. My name is displayed there, Anita Chege. I'm going to change that to according to how you have displayed. I come from the Thika Toastmasters Club, and I am excited to be here. I heard about Watabaruku from Maggie, and I have a role today. I'll be the delivery evaluator to the second speaker, and I'm excited to be here. I think the last time I was in an online meeting was during the COVID time, so I'm really excited to see what this meeting will unfold. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Anita, and looking forward to your evaluation at the end of the meeting. Faith Abuya, over to you.
Good evening, fellow Toastmasters and invited guests. My name is Faith Abuya. I came to learn about Watabaruku bilingual Toastmasters from Rahma Salim, who is the chief MOD of today. Thank you.
Good stuff. Happy to be here with you this evening. Looking forward to learning from you as you learn from us. Madam President from Eastgate Toastmasters, how are you this evening? Please introduce yourself and tell us what you're looking forward to in this particular meeting. Over to you, Evelyn.
Thank you, President Kevin, and indeed it is an honor for me to be in this meeting today. Looking forward to learn, looking forward to grow the wings that Watabaruku has grown over the years for Eastgate, and just to get it to the level that you guys are at. Thank you. Back to you.
Absolutely amazing. Thank you so much, Madam President, for gracing us with your presence this evening. At this point, I'd like to invite the Toastmaster of the evening. And today we have the singular privilege of having Rahma Salim as our Toastmaster of the day or the evening. Rahma Salim is a dedicated and vibrant member of Mombasa Island Toastmasters Club. She serves as the club's secretary and is also the strength chair under the PQD team, where her leadership and passion shine through. Rahma is a young woman living with a physical disability, but she embodies resilience and determination, transforming every challenge into an opportunity. With her lively spirit and unwavering commitment, Rahma inspires all of us to see beauty in perseverance and the power of staying actively engaged in life. Ladies and gentlemen, allow me to invite you to join me in a strong round of applause to welcome our Toastmaster of the evening, Rahma Salim. Rahma Salim, over to you.
Thank you very much, Mr. President, for that introduction. Okay, good evening, fellow Toastmasters and invited guests. Tonight, I'm overwhelmed and over the moon to be the Toastmaster of the evening in Watabaruku Bilingual Advanced Toastmaster Club, the only club with a unique style of running out their meetings. And I believe they have been throughout challenges, setbacks, and needed lots of perseverance to be where the club is. Congratulations to the ESCOs and the members of the club. The first time I joined this club meeting as a visiting Toastmaster, not taking any role, and I get to learn a lot. I promised myself to come back as a role taker, and here it is today. I am the TMOD. I will tell you the uniqueness of the club as we move on with the theme of the evening, pursuit of happiness. A spiritual and a political leader of Tibet, Dalai Lama, said, happiness is not something ready-made. It comes from your own action, actions. The pursuit of happiness can mean something different to everyone, as happiness is deeply personal and subjective. So, what does pursuit of happiness means to you? The pursuit of happiness is often thought as the journey towards finding joy, contentment, and a fulfilling life. This phrase is rooted in the idea that happiness isn't necessarily something you have, but something you actively work towards. It involves making choices that align with personal values, investing in meaningful relationships, setting and achieving goals, and perhaps most importantly, living in a way that feels true to oneself. The concept became particularly famous in the United States through the Declaration of Independence, which states that everyone has the right to life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness. This idea has inspired countless people to seek fulfillment, not just through material success, but also through personal growth, community, creativity, and services to others. With me is a team of role takers who will help me run out today's meeting. We have timer. Please elaborate your role. But before that, Toastmaster Jacinta told me, I believe the pursuit of happiness is a personal journey. We know ourselves better in terms of what brings that joy, contentment, and accomplished feeling in our lives. And our capability in achieving this feeling. Sometimes society's expectations can be a bit overwhelming. Toastmaster Jacinta, the floor is yours.
Thank you, TMOD, and good evening, Toastmasters and friends. This evening, I have the pleasure of being the timer during this meeting. And as a timer, I'll be timing all the sessions that we'll be having through this meeting, starting with the prepared speeches. For each prepared speeches, a speaker is to present their speeches for 5 to 7 minutes. I will change my background as follows. At the 5-minute mark, I'll show the green card. At the 6-minute mark, I'll show the yellow card. And at the 7-minute mark, I will show the red card. For the table topic session, the speakers are encouraged to speak for at least 1 minute and maximum of 2 minutes. At 1 minute, I'll show the green card. At 1.5 minutes, yellow card, and at 2-minute mark, the red card. For the evaluation session, the content and delivery part is to be presented within 2 to 3 minutes. At the 2-minute mark, I'll show the green card, 2.5 minutes, a yellow card, and at 3-minute mark, the red card. For the language evaluation, it will take 1 to 2 minutes. I'll show the green card at 1 minute, 1.5 minutes, I'll show the yellow card, and the red card will be displayed at the 2-minute mark. I will share my report once called upon later in the meeting. Back to you, TMOD.
Thank you, Madam Timer. Our DTM to be Dr. Rubia. Please elucidate your role. But before that, he told me, pursuit of happiness is shaped by society's expectations, but should be a personal journey. Toastmaster Rubia, the floor is yours.
Much obliged, our Toastmaster of the day. My role as grammarian is to 1, introduce the word of the day, which today will be a phrase that the Toastmaster of the day has already used, to be over the moon. That simply means to be very pleased. For example, he was over the moon to finally join Watabaruku Toastmasters Club. I'm over the moon that we have 18 participants so far in our meeting today. Please use this phrase, this idiom, as much as you can, and we shall celebrate you by snapping our fingers or by using the hand emoji in the reaction section. Secondly, my role is to take note of the proper and improper use of grammar today and give a report at the end. Third, I will also evaluate the speaker's grammar as a third evaluator and give them their report during the allocated times. Back to you, our Toastmasters of the day.
Thank you, Mr. Grammarian. I believe we will be over the moon after the session and we will enjoy it very much. On to our general evaluator, Toastmaster George. Please tell us your role.
Good evening, Toastmasters and guests. It's a pleasure to be your general evaluator for today. The purpose of the general evaluator is to evaluate everything that takes place throughout the meeting. During the meeting, I will take notes on everything that happens and doesn't happen. I will also evaluate each participant on the meeting program and look for good examples of preparation, organization, delivery, enthusiasm, observation, and performance of duties. At the end of the meeting, I will give my report. Usually the role of the general evaluator can be done in two ways. One is the light version, just as I've described, where you just evaluate the meeting from beginning, during, and until the reporting section of the meeting. The other one is I would like to call it the pro version. That one, the general evaluator takes part or takes charge or manages the evaluation portion of the meeting and then evaluates the entire meeting. So the purpose of evaluation is to give feedback to individuals and the club. This helps the club and its members to improve and help the club to improve its meeting. Back to you, Toastmaster of the day.
Thank you very much, our GE. Thank you very much for coming up with that, the light and the other part which we say. I think you will go with the light giving your report. Thank you very much. Topic master, I've not forgotten you, but for the sake of our incoming guests, you will introduce your role during table topic session. Back to the theme of the evening. The president of the club told me the themes of our meetings are educational. So bring out some educative aspect, just like you are running a workshop on the theme. This is one of the uniqueness of this club. Pursuit of happiness can be highly educative as it encourages exploration of personal and societal well-being, emotional intelligence, and purposefully living. The aspects include 1. Self-reflection and goal setting. It encourages individuals to think about what truly brings them happiness. It fosters self-reflection, helping people identify personal goals, values, and what contributes to a fulfilling life. So, for the benefit of the guests, I would like to explain the structure of any Toastmasters meeting. The meeting is divided into 3 parts: prepare speeches, table topic session, and the evaluation part. Let's quickly move to the first part where members have prepared speeches to present to us. Another uniqueness of this club is that it is bilingual. You can present your speech in the language of your choice, either Kiswahili or in English. On to our first speaker, Toastmaster Hafidha, who will be introduced by Toastmaster Aretha. But before introducing her, Hafidha told me, pursuit of happiness is a very personal journey for me, which I recently boarded my train to my destination of choice. The one I envision every day, every minute. It has given me the courage and bravery to quit my 9 to 5 and to freely pursue my career full time. Career that gives me hope, fulfillment, and immense happiness. Toastmaster Aretha, please introduce our first speaker.
I am over the moon to be introducing our Toastmaster of the evening. Our first speaker of the evening, Toastmaster Hafidha. I would just like to ensure that your audio is working. Hafidha, good evening. How are you? I think you have two gadgets, if I'm not wrong. All right, let's give her a second or two to turn on her audio.
Yes, thank you very much, Aretha. I hope you can hear me clearly.
I can hear you
Thank
very
you.
clearly. I am
Thank
over
you
the
very
moon to
much.
be hearing your voice. Do not turn it off.
Absolutely. Okay.
Toastmasters and
Thank you.
guests. This evening, I will be introducing Toastmaster Hafidha Ahmed, and this is her. Now, as she was turning on, so she is taking on a level 5 speech, and it is she is from the Tamarind Toastmasters Club, and she is on the effective coaching path. So this evening, she will be taking on high performance leadership, and this is the first speech. So the purpose of the project is for Hafidha to apply her leadership planning and knowledge to develop a project plan, organize a guidance committee, and implement the plan with the help of a team. So this evening, we will be hearing from her on her plans, and we will be over the moon. I will be over the moon to evaluate her. When she is done, I will be her content evaluator. So we will be listening in to her introduction of her plan and vision. Remember, this is a high performance speech. She will be speaking for 5 to 7 minutes. The journey to Ethiopia, Hafidha Ahmed. Hafidha Ahmed, the journey to Ethiopia.
The journey to Ethiopia is an experience rich with culture, history, and diverse landscapes, offering travelers a unique window into one of Africa's oldest civilization. From bustling streets of Addis Ababa to the mystical churches of Lalibela, Ethiopia offers experience for everyone seeking adventure, spirituality, and connection with the past. Starting point often is Addis Ababa, the entry point. The vibrant city is a mix of ancient heritage and modern development. The people very well cultured. I can smell the coffee. in Tamarind, Mombasa Toastmasters Club. The journey to Ethiopia begins with battles, contests, and my role, take on Ethiopia. Hello, my name is Hafidha, VPPR Toastmasters Mombasa. Tamarind Club, yes. I am looking for SAAs. I'm looking for a timer, and I was hoping they hung up. Okay. Hello, my name is Hafidha, VPPR Tamarind Toastmasters Club. How are you today? I am actually hoping that this time you can contest. Oh, now is not a good time. Okay, absolutely. I will call you later. From excitement, while I was taking this project, I must admit, I was very complacent. This is easy. Bringing teams together to battle the journey to Ethiopia, easy. And from time to time, my heart shattered, disappointed, because nobody wants to take up these roles. Her Excellency, Madam President, how are you, Miss Caroline? That is our club president. It is a week down and we have only one timer, only 2 contestants, and I am stressed out. And she says to me, open a group maybe and add everyone in the group, and then we'll take it from there. Boy, if I have to do this one more time, let me try again. Maybe try it better this time. Hello, my name is Hafidha, VPPR Tamarind Mombasa Toastmasters Club. I was hoping you have time to take up timer's role on 22nd November. We will be having our contest. Yes, actually, I managed to take a judge role in your contest. Oops, I was not supposed to say that because judges are not supposed to be spoken of. But I thought maybe, just maybe, if they hear my contribution, my participation, and proactiveness in their club, their willingness to participate in mine be at 100. And now I am thinking to myself, maybe this wasn't going to be as easy as I thought. The journey to Ethiopia has to be boarded. Tamarind Toastmasters Club have to participate. Okay. Maybe we try one more time. Good evening. My name is Hafidha, Vice President, Public Relations, Tamarind Mombasa Toastmasters Club, and we are looking for 2 SAAs, 1 timer, and contestants from our club. Finally, 1 person willing to add to our group. Promising much. Many feelings, a lot of emotions attacking me, of happiness, excitement, sadness, disappointments, because the journey to Ethiopia, Tamarind Toastmasters Club, we have to onboard the train, the car, the plane to Ethiopia. Back to you, TMOD.
Thank you very much, Toastmaster Hafidha. We should all start planning to go to Ethiopia from now. On to the second speaker of the evening, Toastmaster Hiba, who will be introduced by the club president, Toastmaster Kevin. Hiba told me, it is a personal journey to reach your potential, to reach a flow, to conquer challenges makes one sustain happiness. Social preference and so much is really necessary for giving happiness, but they shouldn't be the source. Always, when you can be the river, why do you have to beg for water? Society can always change, but grit and perseverance won't change unless you decide to. Your life and smile is in your hands. Be your own source of happiness by letting you enjoy the here and now and to work for something you love. Toastmaster Kevin, please introduce our second speaker.
Thank you very much. Toastmaster of the day, Rahma Salim. Allow me to yield that honor to her content evaluator, who is none other than Tigist Haidu. Tigist, over to you.
Yeah, thank you, Mr. President, Madam Toastmaster of the evening. It's a great pleasure for me to be evaluating Toastmaster Hiba Ashraf. As the foregoing evaluator, I'm also over the moon to be attending this evening and having the privilege of content evaluation. Toastmaster Hiba Ashraf comes from Sahardaya Toastmasters Club. I was determined to get it right. I hope I did. Toastmaster Hiba will be attempting her icebreaker speech on her second pathway, which is motivational strategies. And as is typical of icebreaker speeches, the aim of her speech is to introduce herself to the club and also demonstrate to us the basic structures of a club. She'll be basic structures of a speech. She will be taking 4 to 6 minutes, and the title of her speech is Bound by Warmth. Toastmaster Hiba Ashraf, Bound by Warmth. Bound by Warmth, Toastmaster Hiba Ashraf. You are welcome.
Can you see me? But can we have an audio video check? Is it okay? Am I visible and clear?
Your video is a bit blurry, but we can hear you very well. See if you can do something about maybe the positioning. I think the light is behind you.
Yeah, the camera's actually broken, so it fell. That's why it's a bit, okay, I really apologize for it, but let's start. There was a young girl. It was at night. The birds have slept, but the crickets were still chirping. There was lots of stars outside, but then I saw in the mirror a girl who was crying her eyes out, asking for someone to hold her and making sure that she was as flushed as a tomato. She saw that she was all alone and no one was there to look after her. She was crying and weeping, but all she could see was her redness flushing over and over again. Good evening, Toastmasters. I'm Hiba Ashraf of Sahardaya Toastmasters Club. That day, that night was when I had my new thought, my new perception of life. The time when I got absolutely destroyed was where my birth began, my second life. I joined college at the year of 2021. It was my first year. I wanted a new life. So I started making friends, started telling jokes, and made sure that I talked to every single one in college. Everyone knew me, and my Instagram name was _sugar syrup. First word was a kiss, and then later on, sugar syrup, denoting that I was a literal people pleaser. So I used to sugarcoat my words, make sure that everyone felt happy and content with how I act towards them. First year was a bliss. I was floating over the moon. I was just making sure that everything went well and in the flow. I was loved by many. I had compliments all over. I was one of the well-known speakers in college, and teachers adored me. But then came second year, the year which I most resent, but the year which made me grow me into me. Second year, I fell into a depressive loop, a spiral. And why, do you ask? First year, despite being so happy, at night I always used to doubt myself. I always used to ask myself, am I not enough? I asked myself, are you worth it to be complimented over? Are you worth it to be loved? I should do much better. I'm not enough. I made sure my thoughts were so strong, I cry over and over each night. Having mental breakdowns were just like having water each day. I would have it every single time. Even after having compliments over again, I would go to the washroom and ask, am I deserving of it? A single tear or a disappointment would always be in my heart. How come she is not having it while I am having a lot of blessings? These thoughts were overwhelming. As a psychology student, I understood this was a phase called cognitive dissonance, a phase where your thoughts would be going on non-stop. I didn't know it at that time, and I struggled with facing all my thoughts that were so overwhelming. But in psychology, we term it as something when you reach your adolescence, there will be another adolescence where you have reached your 20 years. You would keep on thinking, a phase where you are developing your personality. So I reached the age of 20 and I have all these thoughts. But second year, this was too overwhelming. I went into a depressive loop and I understood I was up to nothing. I called myself the most weakest. I called myself the most worthless. Nothing could ever hurt me more than myself. I was as harsh than one of the strongest autocratic leaders, but I would say that one day when I had my mental breakdown, I saw a new perception of life. What are my thoughts? How do I talk internally to myself? These were the main causes for my sadness, for my disappointment, and for my all-time depression. I started looking up into it. My thoughts will create emotions, which will create feelings, and which will create behaviors. It will go on into a loop. A behavior you first put in as such, for example, I start talking with people. And I feel frustrated later on that I haven't given my best. A thought have arisen. Now I have a feeling, an emotion that I am sad that I haven't given my best. And I keep on thinking about it. And my next behavior becomes more of being more depressed towards them and not show my whole potential. So this behavior, thought, and emotion always goes on into this loop. I understood how to get over this loop through learning psychology. It is to talk warmly with yourself. Give yourself a hug at times. Ask yourself where it hurts when you are feeling something. When your mother shouts at you, where does it hurt the most? Does it hurt your head? Does it hurt your heart, your back? You will seem to understand if it hurts your head, you are not doing so well about it. You should treat your mother well. But if it hurts your heart, you must talk with your mother a lot. There's reasons why each part of your body signifies a type of pain. And emotional pain and physical pain correlates with each other. After second year, I learned, and third year comes. I become the president of Sahardaya Toastmasters Club. I become the area secretary. I become a great well-known henna artist in my college. I start my entrepreneurship journey of selling perfumes. I started speaking more vibrantly with people, and I do not care about any kinds of criticism, because those are my stepping stones to love myself even more. Thoughts, public opinions keep on changing, but your grit, your perseverance, how you view yourself always is and will be intact unless you change it so. So it is you who bring your happiness, and it is you who bring your destructiveness to your destructiveness. And thank you. Over to you, Toastmaster of the Day.
Thank you very much, Toastmaster Hiba. I'm over the moon to listen to your history and to get to know who exactly you are. SAA, please launch the polls for the audience to vote the best speaker. So as the members are voting, let us continue with the theme of the evening. Back onto the educative aspect of pursuit of happiness. The second one, understanding happiness. It educates people on the difference between fleeting pleasure and long-lasting fulfillment. Exploring concepts like intrinsic versus extrinsic motivation, mindfulness, and self-acceptance can deepen understanding of happiness. Onto the third aspect, emotional intelligence. The pursuit of happiness often involves managing emotions, dealing with stress, and improving resilience. This theme can educate individuals on recognizing and responding emotions in a healthy way, both in themselves and the others. On to the second segment of the meeting, table topic session. Let's welcome topic master to tell us his role, then proceed from there. But before that, DTM Robert told me, pursuit of happiness is a personal journey. We all have things that uniquely make us happy. And if we rely on social norms, we might never find these things. Didi, take it from there, please.
Thank you so much, Madam Toastmaster of the Day. It's a great pleasure for me to be taking up the role of the Table Topics Master. And the purpose of the Table Topics session is to help us practice our impromptu speaking. This evening, we're going to do it a bit different from what you have seen it in the past, but I hope you're going to have a great time. I've called this Happiness Backstories. And what we're going to do is I'm going to show you a photo and ask you a question about that photo. And as you're telling me your table topics, as you are speaking out your table topic speech, I'll show you 5 words in sequence, which you need to integrate into your speech. A bit of a challenge there. If you would like to take part in the table topic segment, please raise your hand. Otherwise, I'll just pick up on random people. So Ali Makori, I see your hand has shot up, and yeah, let's go. Show them how this is done. So you can unmute yourself, and then we're going to get started.
I don't know about showing anything, but anyway.
All right, fantastic. Here you go. So the first photo is, how did these four people become friends?
Friendship is built on shared values. And these people clearly, they met at their place of worship. And you can see how they are dressed. They look like people who mind about decency. And they have a vibrant spirit, as you can see from the countenance. And they all love to be in a calm space close to nature, such as in the serene forest within which they are at the moment. They must have shared the same curiosity in finding out about elements of creation. I would definitely be among them, examining the things that God has created in forests, as well as in the luminous skies above, such as the galaxies that sometimes we confuse with, stars, but actually there are billions of stars. You see, a little quirky details are there as well about space, and I would continue speaking endlessly about this, but these five certainly are people that have been brought together by these shared values, and it looks like they are in a joint courtship. Let me end by saying that you too, in your turn, look out for people that you have shared values with, that you are able to share elements of curiosity and research and search and moments of serenity together. Because then life will have meaning, I tell you, and it will be much, much happier than when you're alone, because no man is an island. Toastmaster.
Very well done, Toastmaster Ali Makori. Thank you for setting the example. Who would like to go next? Anybody? Hafida. Yeah, absolutely. Here we go. Unmute yourself, and you're still joining with audio.
Yes.
Oh yeah, there
Yes.
you are.
Yes. No, I'm using two gadgets. It's a bit confusing, but here we are.
All right, fantastic. Let's
see what we got.
What is making this woman smile?
Wow. Look at that ocean. Isn't that worth smiling? I feel so bold today. Woo. Very graceful. I got the courage to quit my job, and I got this minute to look at this amazing ocean view. I feel very fierce. I feel unstoppable. I mean, I can now do the things I like to do. I can now pursue the career I want to pursue. I can now use my time as much as I want. I can be with my family as much as I want. Gently. I'm a very gentle woman. I mean, my previous place of work made me feel so chaotic and fiercely. I do not like that. I feel so calm. I feel really good looking at this amazing view. I feel how radiant my aura has become since I quit my job. Woo! This is amazing. Finally, the end of the road with 9 to 5. This woman is me. Thank you. Back to you, Toastmaster. Table topic master.
Yeah, absolutely. Well done. Excellent job. You clearly captured the aura of this radiant aura of this woman. Magi Waithiro, I see your hand is up. You want to take the next one? You ready?
I think so.
Ah, fantastic. Here we go. What are these people celebrating?
Wow, guys. Yeesh. You know the way we've been working so hard the whole year? As CrossFitters, working so hard to lift those heavy weights and hit our personal bests. Today was a majestic day. I hit my personal best in my deadlift. Oh, I feel so playful. We have to go out, and this is the moment. Today we are going to eat pizza and have fun. Isn't that a clever idea? Who's on? Yes, see you at the Gigiri Courtyard. We will be enjoying pizza. It is such a charming place when the sun is out and you're watching the kids play outside, because there is that place where the kids can play soccer. Fantastic. We are going to celebrate our whimsical wins the whole year. And I know so many people hit their personal best today. Isn't it fantastic? It's a perfect way to end the year. We've worked so hard. We must celebrate. Lots of pizza, wine, coffee, whiskey, whatever your thing, whatever your poison, go for it. It's the way to end the year. Let's do this again. Back to you, Table Topics Master.
Great job, Area Director Maggie. Amazing, amazing, amazing. Do you have time for another one? Or time is up?
We do
Madam
have
Timer?
time for one more.
All right, fantastic. Anybody who would like to go for it? I just pick someone randomly. Anybody? Evelyn, you can unmute yourself. We take it away.
Oh, yes,
Great.
I'm ready.
All right, fantastic. Here you go. Where are these people vacationing?
Wow. It's been that time, 25 years after campus. Guys, we've got Duncan ready with the machine. Let's get going. Looking forward to that dynamic tour of the national park. And imagine, so close, but yet so far. How many of us have been there? Catherine, let's get our elegance together. I'm going to wear my safari boots. I'm going to have my hat on. Let's all get ready. And please don't forget those shades and the phone that we need to carry to capture the moments. Those great cheerful moments that we will be getting through the park together and enjoying what life has to offer. And yes, how lucky are we to get it closer home, near Nairobi, just a few kilometers from the city center. I can't wait to just see everything and all the mysterious animals, some of those that we learned in the zoology club. Do you remember? And some of the plants that in the botany class, we were asked how they would symbiotically combine together to make sure that they survive this nature. I'm so ready. And please don't forget the ambitious Alex, who likes to get things done in his own way. Duncan, please, and don't forget to carry the flag, our always great alumni flag, to make sure that we capture the moments and get everybody knowing that it was us on that journey. And yes, it doesn't end in any better way than to have Nyama Choma at our favorite Ole Sereni place. Guys, I'm looking forward to have you all on board. See you then. See you together. Back to your Table Topics, Master.
Fantastic job, Evelyn. Fantastic job. All our speakers this evening, we had Toastmaster Ali Makori. Then we had Hafida, followed by Area Director Maggie Waithiru, and then Evelyn. I think the SA is going to put up a poll for the better table topic speaker. Great job stepping up to that amazing challenge. Back to you, Madam Toastmaster of the day.
That was an brilliant session today. I really enjoyed it. I was over the moon listening to the speakers. Okay, as the members are voting, let me just continue with the theme of the day. So another educative aspect of pursuit of happiness is impact of relationships. Social connections play a significant role in happiness. Discussing the theme encourages explorations of healthy relationships, empathy, and communication skills. The last part of the meeting is the evaluation session, where feedback is the breakfast of champions. So the last point on uniqueness of this club, which is my favorite part, the speakers are given feedback based on three aspects: content, delivery, and grammar. So I would like to invite the content evaluator for the first speaker, Toastmaster Aretha. Then after giving her feedback, she will invite, yes, please. Pardon?
We are good to go, Tiamodi.
Okay. So I will invite content evaluator for the first speaker, Toastmaster Aretha. When she gives her feedback, she will then invite delivery evaluator, Toastmaster Alligator, who will then invite the grammarian, Toastmaster Kevin Rubia. But before that, Toastmaster Aretha told me, for me, the pursuit of happiness is a personal choice. Every day, I have a choice of whether to be happy or not. Circumstances may not always be ideal, but I can make the conscious effort to stay positive. Happiness can be cultivated by focusing on the small things that compound to make our lives better and worth living. Toastmaster Aretha, please take it from there.
Good evening, Toastmasters and guests. My name is Aretha, evaluator of Hafidha. Did you notice how Hafidha kept picking her virtual phone to talk to her members? Hello, my name is Toastmaster Hafidha. I'm calling you to engage you on a role, the journey to TCON. Toastmaster Hafidha, thank you for your speech on the plans that you are taking on as the VPPR, and I believe as a planning committee for your club to be able to get members to Addis. In fact, you are encouraging me to make those plans as well. What is Hafidha's plan this evening? As a content evaluator, I was very keen not to watch her too closely, but to listen to what she had to say. Her role or purpose was to make sure that she is able to introduce her plan. And I believe that each and every one of us in this room was able to glean into that plan. She was over the moon because she wanted us to go to Addis. And she has demonstrated how tough it is to go to Addis, especially if you do not have people willing to take on roles. She introduced her plan by talking about the people that need to go to Addis. She's been looking for SAAs, timers, and role takers. So I believe that Toastmaster Hafidha has been having a plan to get these members to participate, at least in the club contest. Has she been successful in this quest? Toastmaster Hafidha's speech, your speech, Toastmaster Hafidha, was well organized and deliberate. You took us to the bustling streets of Ethiopia. We were able to see and feel and hear the sounds in Addis. You then brought us back to your club where you were yearning to get members to participate. So I believe that your speech was well organized and well thought out. I mean, people are well cultured in Ethiopia. You can smell the coffee. You had great dialogue. When you spoke to members and spoke to your president, I felt that you had taken time to put this speech together, because the journey to Ethiopia, the members had started boarding. Indeed, she encountered challenges like all plans at work, at home, at Toastmasters. There's always bound to be a challenge. And one of the challenges was members were always turning her down. She would call, hello, my name is Toastmaster Hafidha, VPPR Tamarind. And they would say, this is not a good time. However, she never gave up. She went on calling, and she has gotten a few role takers. So I can say her content, well organized, her speech is well organized. She had a great introduction. She had good content. Remember, Toastmasters, we are planning to go to Tikon, Ethiopia. We're going to go to Ethiopia without role takers. Her call to action for all of us is, let's jump into the bus or the plane or the run to the border, but we need to get these role takers. So all in all, I can say that Toastmaster Hafidha, you have a great plan. I love that you've brought it out. What is my challenge to you, Toastmaster Hafidha? I felt that you could have organized the speech in a way that would have helped me to remember. I've been referring to my notes, the 3-point action. For me to be able to remember your content, I wish you'd have told me these are 3 points that I want to bring out. So Toastmaster Hafidha, well done on the content, well done on your plan and organization. I do wish that you could try to bring out your speech in a 3-point system, because it is easier to remember 3 key points. And I wish you all the best as you plan. And over to our next evaluator, who is Toastmaster Alligator Makori. Over to you.
Well done, Toastmaster Hafidha. I'm looking at your delivery in this segment of the evaluation, and I must say that you did very well. In delivery, I focused on 6 items, but time does not allow me to delve deep into them. One of them is your vocal variety. There is no speech that is interesting to the ear if it is given in a monotone. And you did this so well in numerous ways than I can list down here. However, I will tell you, for example, when you said, my role, my role, when you wove in conversations between the various people that you spoke to, this is a masterful way of ensuring that you have vocal variety, especially introducing the real life conversations that always happen in such circumstances as you were in. We couldn't benefit so much from your body language because you took the choice to sit down. You couldn't therefore move freely within the speaking area. This is an area of improvement for you, especially as you continue to give advanced speeches. You want to ensure that you bring out your gestures, and this is a big aspect of your body language. Use your face, your arms, your feet, your movement, stance, and all this. Your eye contact was good because you looked into the camera a few times. You were effective in your speech. We were able to go with you on this journey, this difficult journey to Addis for your club. And I wish you the very best of success in getting it done. You connected with us. In fact, you used such words like heart shatters, disappointed. These are choice words to create a connection between you and your audience because you are bringing in emotion. Therefore, very well done on that particular aspect. So next time, kindly look out for ways in which you can improve your presence on video so that you can also benefit from your body language. What you have to keep kindly, your vocal variety, keep it, eye contact, excellent, and that connection with your audience. I wish you the very best as you work on this and successfully make your journey to Addis. I yield space now and a few seconds of my time to Dr. Kevin Rubia, our language evaluator.
Hafidha, congratulations on your excellent use of grammar. When evaluating grammar, we look at appropriateness as well as correctness. Your words were appropriate to your audience today. Whenever you talked of an acronym like the Vice President of Public Relations, or VPPR rather, you said it in full. That made sure that anyone who might not know what it was knew it at the end. Let's go to the correctness of your grammar. I liked your word selection. Phrases like emotions attacking me, my heart was shattered. Those were examples of personification, giving inanimate objects actions or things that living things do. That was well done. I liked how you moved from direct to indirect speech, where there are moments that you had conversations with yourself and others where you reported on what happened. On that note, be careful as you move from direct to indirect speech, note your tense. For example, no one wants to take the role. That is a statement you say in direct speech. However, if you are to report it, it would be no one wanted to take the role. As you move, make sure that as you transcend from one form of speech to the other, that you are make sure that you're cognizant of the tense change. That said, continue using dialogue to bring out aspects of direct, indirect speech, using acronyms and explaining them, and using personification to make your speech vibrant. I was over the moon with your use of grammar, as I did not note any mispronunciation. All the best in your journey to Addis and beyond. Back to you, our Toastmaster of the day.
Thank you very much, evaluators, for that detailed speakers, evaluators. I will invite the content evaluator. Sorry, the power is off, but let me. Okay, on to the second speaker's evaluators. I will first invite the content evaluator, Toastmaster Tigist. After her feedback, she will invite the delivery evaluator, Toastmaster Anita, who will then invite Toastmaster Kevin Rubia. Toastmaster Tigist, the floor is yours.
Thank you, Madam Toastmaster of the evening. My turn came as I was still frantically scribbling notes, but I'll do my best. Excellent speech, Toastmaster Hiba. I really, really enjoyed it. You know, we tend to throw around positive adjectives when we evaluate, but I really want to tell you, I genuinely enjoyed your speech. It was captivating. It was poignant in some parts, but also uplifting. So you kind of took us on a very interesting journey. I appreciated so many things about your speech. And let me just share a few that are off top of my head. The first one is the depth of content. The depth and clarity of content. I think you being psychology student really helped you, because the main content of your speech was some of the emotional struggles you were having, as a young woman, especially a freshman, sophomore in university. You started by describing your, low point emotionally, and then took us on that journey of how you navigated by, developing self-awareness, understanding the root of your problems are the thoughts, in your head, and how you talk to yourself, and how that led on to a spiral of emotions and actions that kept you in that difficult state. There was a lot of clarity and depth from a psychological point of view, and I really, really appreciated us. It was very clear to us how you managed to transform yourself. Like, you threw words like cognitive dissonance, which I've heard before. Now I'm more intrigued. I'll go and research on it more. But I really want to appreciate that you had depth, and it was grounded. The information you were sharing with us was grounded in real psychological knowledge. The second one is vulnerability. You shared a deeply personal story, which I think was your superpower in connecting with us. As humans, we all can relate with emotional struggles, and I think that was your superpower. It kept us really glued, and we were very much connected, with your story, and appreciated your generosity. Lastly, I think your speech was also a beautiful demonstration of what emotional variety is like. You started with quite, back to my point about it being poignant and uplifting at the same time. The starting point of your speech was quite, emotionally, your low points. So we were sad, we were very empathetic, but within the same speech, you really lifted us up, because the story ends with you really thriving and having achieved a transformation, that allowed you to start living, your dream life. So that was excellent. I really struggled to say something to you in terms of areas of improvement. One thing I noted is when you described your that picture you painted for us when you opened the speech, you being in your room, and the birds were sleeping, not the crickets, but you didn't give us a clear timing of when that was. Was that while you were in the university and experiencing your struggles in freshman? There was a bit of a gap there, and we were left to connect the dots. That was the only thing I noticed by way of content, and also perhaps the fact that you spoke a little bit fast. You had so much beautiful language and story, and the fact that you spoke too fast kind of, may have taken away from us being able to follow and digest, the story very well. Other than that, Toastmaster Hiba, that was an excellent, excellent speech. Work on those areas that I've mentioned for improvement, and keep going with your strength. I look forward to your next project. Thank you. I invite the delivery evaluator to take over. Thank you.
Thank you so much. I hope I am audible. I am over the moon to be evaluating Toastmaster Hiba, bound by warmth. So Toastmaster Hiba, what I loved about your speech was that you are able, first of all, to make the most of the situation that you were in. You explained to us your situation, and you are able to take it in good stride, something that I think myself and other Toastmasters have learned about today. You are also audible and confident. I loved how towards the end of the speech, you are able to incorporate gestures. Like when you spoke about behavior, thought, and emotion, you used your 3 fingers, you said 1, 2, 3, and you said how they incorporated against each other. You also spoke about hugging, and I saw you hugging yourself. That was very good. And another thing that I loved is that you spoke about the head, the heart, and the back, and you used your gestures in order to incorporate it. So very good on that. You had good vocal variety, and you used poses. So what can you improve on? I think you could improve on the face gestures. So you spoke about crying, you spoke about disappointment and depression. During the whole, when you were speaking about disappointment and sadness and depression, you are smiling. So it kind of beats the purpose of what you're speaking about. So if you're speaking about crying, like make a gesture like this, cry a bit for us. And if you're speaking about depression, like just make a sad face so that we can be absorbed into your speech. What else can you improve on? You could improve on the body gesture. So you spoke about perception. What can you do? You can do this perception. Just look around, so that we are flowing with you. We are walking with you. And one other thing that you could also improve on is on the vocal variety. You did good, but maybe you could improve on the emphasis, like you spoke about so strong. So how can you deliver it? You can say, so strong. I hope I haven't shouted too much in your mics. And also when you're speaking about depression, maybe you could decrease the volume. Say, I was sad, I was depressed, things like that. Engage the audience more with rhetorical questions so that we can be engaged and just listen to your speech. And lastly, as my previous evaluator had spoken about, is use the platform more. So I loved your speech. I think it was great. And I believe with these few improvements, it's going to go to the next level. I would like to invite our third evaluator, Dr. Kevin Rubia, to conclude the evaluations for us. Thank you.
Much obliged, Anita. Once again, congratulations, Iba, for your speech. On the appropriateness, I liked the fact that when you used technical terms like cognitive dissonance, you went ahead to explain what exactly it was. You even went to give a personal anecdote to describe it so that I could get it better. Even though I'm a psychologist, I'm sure that many of us learned something new from that. Let's go to your correctness of grammar. There's a style you used. It's known as epistrophe. That is when you repeat a certain word throughout a sentence. For example, our thoughts, which creates feelings or emotions, which creates our behavior. That which creates, also known as epistrophe, rhetorically, helps your speech or whatever you're saying be memorable. Just like I have a dream speech, that repetition made the speech memorable when it comes to the famous speech that we know by Martin Luther King Jr. The same effect is done with epistrophe. He used a metaphor, sugar syrup, to describe people pleasing. And you managed to utilize the praise of the day over the moon twice. Be careful when you use superlatives. Words like weak already have weaker, weakest. I noticed that you mentioned most weakest, which is grammatically incorrect. And just as the past speaker, take note as you transition from direct to indirect speech. That way you do not confuse your tenses. For example, am I worth it? But if you are to report it, was I worth it? That said, Hiba, that was a masterclass in public speaking. Make sure that you're careful with those small grammatical errors, and I'm sure this won't be the last of you. Back to you, our Toastmaster of the day.
Thank you very much, evaluators. Indeed, I was over the moon for that detailed evaluations from each one of you. SA, please launch the polls for the audience to vote the best evaluators. As we are waiting for the polls, let me read out the responses from the evaluators, which I forgot to read them out. Toastmaster Alligator told me the pursuit of happiness can only be both personal and societal, because no man is an island. Mtu ni watu, lakini lazima awe mtu kwanza. Asante sana. Toastmaster Anita told me, the pursuit of happiness is my opinion, is shaped by society's expectations, especially because of the difference in joy versus happiness. Happiness is mostly brought about by the extrinsic aspect compared to the intrinsic values of joy. It's more of how the society perceives me, or whether or not I have measured to its standard of success. It's also often short-lived, so one has to be in constant pursuit of it. Thank you. Thank you very much. Are the polls ready?
TMOD, the polls are ready and the votes are coming in. We are at 100%. I'm sorry, we are at 71% participants in the polls.
Okay, let me welcome the tag team to share their reports. Madam Timer, please share your report.
Thank you, TMOD. Here is my report for this meeting, starting with the prepared speeches, where each speaker was to spend 5 to 7 minutes. Our first speaker, Hafida Ahmed, spent 5 minutes and 35 seconds. And the second speaker, Hiba Ashraf, spent 7 minutes and 16 seconds. Both of them were within time. For the evaluation of the first speaker, Toastmaster Aretha Wanjiru spent 4 minutes and 1 second, which was, the time was to be 3 minutes. Toastmaster Alligator Makori, 2 minutes and 59 seconds, which was within time. And Toastmaster Kevin Rubia, 2 minutes and 5 seconds. Your time was 2 minutes, but it's still within time. For the evaluation for the second speaker, Toastmaster Tigist Hailu, your time was 3 minutes, you spent 4 minutes and 18 seconds. Toastmaster Anita Chege, your time was also 3 minutes, you spent 2 minutes and 56 seconds within time. And Toastmaster Kevin Rubia, you went a bit over time, your time was 2 minutes, you spent 2 minutes and 25 seconds, just a little. For the table topic session, Toastmaster Alligator Makori spent 2 minutes and 5 seconds. The speakers are to take 2 minutes, but this is still within time. Toastmaster Hafida Ahmed, 1 minute and 29 seconds. Toastmaster Maggie Waithiru, 1 minute 20 seconds. And finally, Toastmaster Evelyn, 1 minute and 55 seconds. I'm over the moon to have been your timer today, and I'll be back another time. Back to you, TMOD.
Thank you very much, Madam Timer, for that detailed report. On to the grammarian of the day. Please give us an overall report.
I am over the moon to report that Aretha, Rahma, Anita, Tigist, Hiba, Alligator, and Jacinta are the people that I found to have used the phrase of the day, which was an idiom, over the moon, that means to be very pleased. Let's continue to use that phrase. And there are many other phrases that you can use that mean happiness. For example, to be as pleased as Punch. I liked the use of the following words: countenance, to mean their faces; luminous, to have light; quirky, weird; aura, presence; and symbiotically. I also liked the phrase "no man is an island," to mean that we need to coexist together and we need each other. Alliteration, where we use the same sound in words that follow each other. For example, whimsical wins and ambitious Alex makes our speeches more memorable. Well done for those who use them. I liked the fact that we pronounce the word gesture and evaluation well. To improve on our grammar, I suggest that we work on the following pronunciations. Instead of question, we could say question. It's a quest where we add I-O-N. It's a question, not question. Poignant instead of poignant. The GN is a ñ sound. Resilience and not resilience. Let's take note of our crutch words, most of which are and also, I mean, you know. All in all, I am over the moon with our use of grammar. Back to you, our Toastmaster of the day.
Thank you very much, Mr. Grammarian of the Day. Let's welcome the General Evaluator, Toastmaster George. But before that, Toastmaster George told me the pursuit of happiness should not be hinged on the material things that we aspire to own or do own. It should be based on what is beneficial to us and our others and the people we interact with. You are muted.
Thank you, Madam TMOD. I'll jump right into my evaluation. I'll give my evaluation in two forms. The first one is I'll give the things you did well. Then later, in the end, I will give the things that need to be improved on. For starters, before the meeting started, when people were joining, the president was at hand to welcome the guests. Also realized that the agenda was shared before in the planning group, as well as the meeting chat during the meeting. This gave us a chance to read through on what is supposed to happen in the meeting, and especially this is helpful for the guests so that they understand what normally happens in a Toastmasters meeting. The Toastmaster of the day was well prepared to run the meeting. She was able to smoothly handle the transition from one meeting segment to the next, as well as introduction of each of the speaker. She also ran the meeting with enthusiasm and energy. The grammarian and the timer explained their roles very well. The timer conducted her role with excellence. She was able to show the signs when it was required. Also for the grammarian who kept us reminding us to use the phrase of the day, which is the same as having the word of the day displayed during a physical meeting. The table topic session was very interesting. This is a new way I've not seen it being run. There was a twist to it which made it intriguing, interesting, and challenging. Sometimes a challenge is what gets the best out of you. For the speech evaluators, they had an overall positive and encouraging tone. They also pointed out what the speakers did well as areas of improvement, which is the whole purpose of evaluation. Now to areas that can be improved, I realized that the roles were not filled, all roles were not filled before the meeting started. One way to have this work out well is to have a role taker's handbook where people can fill the roles they'd like to take part in advance for the next meetings. This way you do not have to struggle to fill the roles, and you can also require people to confirm they'll be available. Secondly, it is recommended that during a virtual meeting, people need to turn on their videos. This helps us in getting fully engaged during the meeting. It also creates an environment or a feel of interaction when you're able to see other people in the meeting. Thirdly, I noticed that there are two roles that were not filled or were not present. There is the accountan's role and the hack master's role. Although the most important is the accountant from those two roles, in a meeting we normally have three roles which are necessary: the timer, the accountant, and the grammarian. So the accountant is important so that we get to remind people that they are using filler words or they are repeating certain words. I think that was all for me. This was an interesting and exciting meeting to be part of. Back to you, Toastmaster of the Day.
Thank you very much, our GE. On to the other aspect of this theme, pursuit of happiness, contribution to society. Personal happiness is often linked with contributing positively to society. This theme highlights the value of community involvement, kindness, and service to others.
Imodi, if you're still with us, I think you are having technical challenges. Probably it's a network issue or the lights are gone once more. Let's give the TMOD a minute. As the TMOD is joining back in, I would like to invite all you guests once more to Watabaruku Advanced Bilingual Toastmasters Club. Indeed, what you have witnessed in our club meeting today is what we call a masterclass in public speaking. The kind of evaluations that we have received today, I have seen in the chat box a very interesting comment that these were elite. It was an elite guest type that he feels that he was in an enclave of the elite. Absolutely, we do try our best, and we welcome you to join us more and more so that we can continue learning from each other. As you add to our knowledge, we do add to your knowledge. Back to you, Toastmaster of the evening.
Thank you very much. I'm sorry for the inconveniences. It's some network issues. So the other aspect is mind body connection. Physical health and mental well-being are closely linked to happiness. Educating people on practices like exercise, nutrition, and sleep can improve their overall sense, global and cultural perspective. Different cultures have unique perspective on happiness, understanding and appreciating and valuing happiness. Therefore, by addressing this aspect, it can help individuals on leading meaningful
Technical challenges once more, but definitely we will overcome. These two shall pass, these two we shall overcome. Back to you, TMOD.
President, please take it off. Thank you for having me.
Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, Toastmaster of the day. Those were the words that I was waiting for. Ladies and gentlemen, let me ask you to unmute your mics, switch on your cameras, and join me once more in a real strong round of applause to our Toastmaster of the day for our work well done. Absolutely over the moon you took us. Thank you so much, TMD Rahma Salim. Thank you so much. I'm not hearing you clap. Switch on those mics, people.
Amazing.
Yes. Over the moon.
Thank you so much, Rahma. That was an amazing theme. I really did enjoy myself. I learned quite a lot. I have been scribbling notes all over. I'm yet to sit down and put everything together. Pursuit of happiness. Indeed, this is one of the core things that each of us has in mind in everything that we are doing. Social connections, not isolating yourself, contributing to society and being of service. And I think you have truly embodied all this that you have spoken about this evening. Thank you so much for gracing us. Thank you so much for even overcoming challenges. You have truly demonstrated that the obstacle is the way. The lights went out, but we had a very smooth transition to our content evaluator. And we really were inspired with that. Thank you so much. Now I will go to the next part of our meeting, and this is where we will be receiving the results for the polls. I will ask that Kevin Rubia, please display the results for the polls. Over to you.
Ladies, gentlemen, boys, girls, pets, these are the results of our polls today. I was supposed to share sound, but you're going to be my audio. You're going to clap. So drum rolls, please, for the first category. That's for table topics, and congratulations goes to Area Director Maggie Watiru. Drum rolls, please, for the next category, best evaluations, please. Drum rolls. Congratulations, Anita Shege, for your evaluation. Welcome again. Last and certainly not least is the Best Speaker Award, or Better Speaker in this case. This goes to Hiba Ashraf. Thank you very much for gracing us. To all of us who spoke, congratulations, as we still recognize your efforts as you become a better speaker and leader. Back to you, our president.
Thank you so much. My namesake, Dr. Kevin Rubia. Thank you for that presentation. Indeed, congratulations to all who took part in today's meeting. Absolutely, we had an ebullient meeting. We were over the moon. Where I was over the moon. I was on the dark side of the moon. As we bring this inspiring session to a close, I'd like to appreciate the energy, the creativity, and the dedication that each of you brought. It indeed embodied the spirit that we here at Watabaruku make part of. That is, we are about going beyond the basics. Thank you so much for being part of this meeting. Thank you so much for all those who took roles at the last minute. Thank you so much, and it has been a pleasure having you with us. At this point, I'd like to welcome a few guests to give us their feedback on how they found our meeting this evening. And I will start with the gentleman or lady labeled guest, labeled appropriately guest. Over to you, guest. Maybe you could give us a little bit of feedback on how you found our meeting this evening. I think guest is having challenges with this mic. I'll give this opportunity to Chris Mogaka. Over to you, Chris.
Thank you, Mr. President. I'm unable to put a video, but I'll just talk. It has been a very wonderful session, I might say. I joined late when you were doing the evaluations. And taken over the moon by the Watabaruku rocket. Yes. I'm from Tamarind, Toastmasters Club in Mombasa. And it was really a pleasure, guys, to be here. And as I said, this is like the enclave of the elite. And I think you will not have actually have that good experience in Toastmasters if you have not tried yourself, like making a speech in Watabaruku. So I'll challenge myself. Maggie is a friend. So Maggie, I know you're a member here. And Mr. President, one time I want to make a speech here and challenge myself. The evaluation, guys, on another level. Actually, Rahma, there's a time we interacted and Rahma told me about how you do evaluation. I was very curious. Coincidentally, I'm here and I've seen for myself. So we'll arrange and I'll also put myself on the spot and see how good I am. But guys, thank you so much.
Thank you so much also, Chris. Thank you for that, those inspiring words. Thank you for those encouraging words. Indeed, we have a meeting on the 6th of December. I will be reaching out to you on how you could possibly give a speech on that particular meeting. It is only in Watabaruku where you'll hear words like epistrophe and alliteration, words that add cadence to your speech and make them more memorable. Welcome once more.
Thank you.
At this
Thank you.
point, I would like to make a small announcement, and the announcement concerns the date of our next meeting, which will be on the 6th of December. The roll takers list is already in circulation. Most of the roles are filled with regards to the speakers and the evaluators, but since we may have a new speaker, I will be looking for new evaluators. So each of you who are present here, please reach out to me to pick out roles once we advertise them. At this point, I am reminded of those words by Aristotle, who once said that we are what we repeatedly do. Excellence is therefore not an act, but a habit. And with those words, I would like to bring to a close meeting number 105 of Watabaruku Toastmasters. Thank you, ladies and gentlemen. Have a good evening. The recording can now stop.
Have a good evening. Thanks, everyone. See you.